Hello guys and welcome. My name is Rick Hutzer here with AirgunWeb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. I want to thank PyramydAir for sending this out. This is the Crosman 100-year anniversary multi-pump edition. Super awesome airgun. Let's get started. Hey guys, before we jump right into it, I want to remind you that we have a Patreon page. We also have the Officers Club over at airgunarmy.com. If you want to help us out directly, you want to support what we're doing, I'll have links in the video description to both, and you get access to some exclusive footage, some exclusive videos, and also some early access ads-free stuff. So if you like that and want to help us out, again, links will be in the video description. All right, like I said at the intro, PyramydAir is the sponsor of this video, and they sent this out. It is a gorgeous example of just awesome airgun awesomeness. How's that? If you are an older airgunner, if you've been around the block a few times, and you remember what it was way back in the day to have a hardwood multi-pump like the 392 and those guys, well, that's exactly what this is supposed to be. And I think they've done a great job with it. Now, this is right out of the box, guys. I'm short on time. I'm getting ready to go out of town, and I need to get this done for a couple reasons. And we're not going to rush it, but we are here before I've done much shooting with the doggone thing. So you guys are going to learn right along with me exactly what this gun can do. Before we get to that, and I do have some crony numbers and some other data that I'll share with you really quickly before we start doing our pellet testing and final accuracy and stuff. But I do want to talk about some of the specs, right? So if you need to see this again, or you guys want to see it, you can get this information right off PyramydAir's website. So this is they say it's let's see, max velocity of 850 with alloy pellets. We topped out at 641, and I'm going to go through what each level is on the how many pumps gives you what kind of a thing. I'll do that here immediately after this so you guys know what that is. I would imagine that if you had some really light alloy stuff, because I did my test with the Crosman Premier, so we're looking at 14.3s. So even the 11.9 hobbies are going to be faster. I bet you with the right alloys, you might get close to that 850. I don't have any to test, so I figured Crosman airgun, we're going to go with Crosman pellets today for our baseline testing. It's 36.62 inches long. It's got a rubber butt pad right here. It's single shot, bolt action, 5.8 pounds. Really feels lighter than that. That sounds like really heavy, but I'm going to go with what they're saying. It does have an 11 millimeter dovetail. They say this is for target practice and fun. I guarantee you that squirrels would go a-running if they saw this coming. This thing, if you've ever had one of these, in 22 cal, I'm telling you, this got plenty of juice to do some squirrel and pesting and rabbit hunting in the backyard for sure. Anyway, again, 22 caliber. They're saying 13 foot-pounds. It's probably pretty close. Because I can't mount my FX Crony on here, I will get Crony numbers on all of these pellets at max velocity, so that when we're shooting, I'll put on those. I'll have my sister put on their max velocity. For the particular projectile. Let's see. They say loudness 4 to medium high. That's probably true. I'm not going to be using my dB meters anymore. Why? Because I got 3 of them, and each one of them gives me a different answer. And how is that reliable? Until I can find something and make sure it's calibrated and giving me proper data, I'm not going to use it. It's just not worth it. I'd rather give you no data than potentially really wrong data. Okay. Barrel length is 21 inches. Shot capacity is 1. We got that. Cocking effort. I think they got this under the wrong heading. It's not that bad. It's not like the Dragonfly with their cool little butterfly system, but it's not bad. To take it up to 8 pumps, you're going to be working if you're going to do that a lot. It says here 3 to 8 pumps. The manual says 2 to 8. I tested on the Crony 2 to 8, and there's no difference between 2 and 3, so I would say it's probably 3 to 8 is more correct. So the manual says 2, but we're going to go with 3. It's a rifle barrel. It's got a fiber optic front sight. It's got adjustable rear sight. Now, I thought, though this is a Williams sight, okay, so back in the day, you could get a Williams sight that was micro-click adjustable. This one isn't, so you've got 2 set screws on the top and 2 on the side. I'm not quite sure if one does the adjustment or this just locks this down so it slides. But I'll be curious if one of these actually adjusts it, like you turn it and it adjusts it like on a rack or something. I don't know, but we'll see. If we have to adjust the sight, we'll find out. Let's see. Single stage trigger pull is about 3 pounds. It's a little more than I'd like, but it's typical. It is a nice trigger though. It's all metal. I mean, they've done a good job. The only thing that's plastic is that front part, and I have an opinion about that, and I'll share with you in just a minute. Multi-pump, we know that. Okay, power settings, it's going to be different. Let's do power numbers really quick here, or really quickly. Let me get my cheat sheet out here. I took pictures. All right, so again, these are Crosman Premiers, 14.3s. I don't have the energy numbers, but when my sister does the title, she'll put them in there. Okay, so 426 was 2 pumps, 427 was 3 pumps. I'm guessing it's 3 to 8, guys, so I would just do that. I guess if it says 2, do 2. Why do it? I don't know. Anyway, 3 pumps and 2 pumps, no difference in velocity. We go to 4, we're at 482. 5 pumps is 533. 6 pumps is 581. 7 pumps is 615. And 8 pumps is 641. For our testing, and for the sake of time, I'm probably going to be shooting, I'd like to be over 600. I'll probably do 7 pumps for each shot, just for giglets. That's probably what we're going to do today. So that's all the data. Subjectively, gosh, if they would have made it, they could have made this perfect, in my opinion, simply by this part. I don't mind the composite as long as it holds up. But if they had put like a swivel stud right there and one right here, then you could have put a sling on this, taken this out into the woods, and just had an all-day ball of fun, because all you need is a pocket full of pellets, man. Some elbow grease, and you are going to be shooting awesome. The big difference between this and, say, a brake barrel, right? No recoil. Like the brake, you don't have like this all weird holds you got to do and all these special things. No, you can just point and shoot with this, and it should be pretty darn accurate. These things were just phenomenal small game guns back in the day, and while they've done some plastic stuff that I haven't been a fan of, this wood stock, and it looks like it's a walnut stock. I don't know for sure, and I'm going to go out on a limb and probably, I don't know. I'm not going to guess. It's really pretty. I actually got a little bitty crack back here in the back. It might be just dryness. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to shoot this thing now. And I am set up at 15 yards, which is about all I would try and care to do with open sights. But it's got 11 millimeter dovetail. You could pull the sight, you could mount, or you could leave it on and just mount a scope and then maybe some quick release. Take them on and off as you need to. Anyway, I'm going to go with open sights today. We're at 15 yards and let's see, I can get on target pretty easily here. Yep, I am pretty much right there. And we're using shoot and sees because then I can shoot and see it. So I'm going to go start that camera. We're going to start with the Crosman Premiers, get it sighted in with that. And then I've got Hades, I've got Terminators, and I've got the Barracuda 15. So whether you want to target shoot or you want to hunt, we got some options here on the table. Let's see how they do. I'm going to go start that camera. Be right back. Let's get her sighted in. We've got our Crosman Premiers. Now, if you've never worked one of these, you need to cock the gun before you can pump the gun. Put these pellets back. I had a whole bunch in my pocket for doing the crony test. Okay, let's see. Safety's on. I'm going to cock it. We'll put a pellet in, slide it forward, and now we're good to go. So we're going to do 7 pumps, just because that 8th one's a little hard, and I got a lot of pellets to go through, and yeah, I don't want to get too wore out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Okay. Safety off. And we are going to go for the top sighter. Let's see where we're hitting. We're low left. Okay. Before we start yanking on the sight, let's take another shot. Because I think if this shoots anything like the old school guns did, I hope it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we're going to hit the same spot, and then we'll adjust the sight. Okay, I am aiming about where I was before. Okay, yep. All right, let's come up with it. So the first thing we're going to do is come up. Yeah, okay, so it just slides. Okay, so we're going to come up to about there and then snug it up. I'm not going to try and adjust left to right yet. And we may need to come up some more. Okay. All right. There are full instructions in the manual on how to do, I may have to stand up. There are instructions in the manual on how to adjust the sight. So please, if you've never adjusted one of these sights before, make sure you check it. But if you need the shot to go up, you're going to raise the sight up. If you need the shot to move to the left or right, we'll get to that. I have to remember here in a minute. It's been a while. Okay. Up and down's good. I'm not going to try and adjust that a little bit. Let's move it. If I need the shot to move to the right, I'm going to move my sight to the right, which is going to cause me to move my barrel to the right when I aim. So that is too thin. I need to get a different screwdriver. I'll be right back. We need to scooch this to the right just a tad. Please fit. All right. And there's little marks here that lets you sort of, hopefully, kind of pay attention to where you were and then move it to where you think you need to be. Okay. It's kind of a bummer that this is one thickness and this is thinner. It would have been much better if they were the same, right? Because you don't want to use a thin one here. Perchance you bugger up the screw. That would be no fun. All right, let's see where that puts us. All right. I think we can go with that. Let's put one more in the bowl. Gosh, this is a sweet gun, man. Oh, gosh. I can be kind of critical of Crosman at times. But maybe they've done a really good job with this. Now, you do need to maintain the pump too, so you'll want to probably get some pellet oil and stuff. And the manual will tell you how to do that. So make sure you read your manual, okay? Okay. And I aim just slightly below the red. I'm going to try and go just with that same hold. I'm thinking I went through the same hole. Let's do 5 shots, upper left corner with the Crosman Premier Hollow Points. And if we have a win here with the Crosman Premiers shooting as pretty as I'm hoping they're going to do, that would make me very happy. Here we go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. And what we'll do here is we'll cut out all of that in between stuff so you guys don't have to get bored by it. Here we go. 1. Oh gosh, you talk about a beautiful sight. Man, you old timers, I guess I'm becoming that. I love this gun, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's hit it again. That drop a little low on me. It might have. It takes a little getting used to on the sight because there's like, you're just trying to put the pin in the center. Let's see if I can do better. There it is. Yep. There's 3 shots. One more. All right, so as you can see, if you do your part with the sight, and sighting, I should say, yeah, you're not have any problem hitting the target with this thing. Last shot with these. I'm gonna go cheat. I'm gonna go look at that group because I can't see it too good from here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take the old man mulligan. So I'm going to take an extra shot because I shanked that one. I knew my sight picture wasn't right and I screwed it up after saying how great sights were. That's just the way it goes. Here we go. We're going to do one more. We're going to just pretend that other one didn't happen. If the trigger was just a little bit lighter, that would be beautiful. Yeah. That's what we want. A little bit of time, a little bit of trigger time, a little bit of fun. Trigger time with this thing, and my gosh, could you get pretty doggone devastating with this. I mean, squirrels and rabbits would go a-running. We're going to move over to the Hades. Now these guys are a little heavier. I don't think at 15 yards it's going to matter too much, but we're going to see if it drops on us. All right, we're going to move down. I'm probably making a really ugly, squishy face trying to look through this sight. All right, bull, there it is, there we are, and yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. We're just going to hit the same spot over and over and over. I would be shocked if this is pellet picky. This is just too easy. I bet you. I think it would be really fun to see how far we could stretch this out. I don't know how good I could do with open sights, but give somebody with some good eyesight, man, I bet you could really stretch it. Yeah, this is just wonderful. Okay. Yeah, this is too easy, actually. This isn't even a challenge. I was suggested by one of the folks I work with to shoot at 10 yards. I was like, gosh, no, at least let's give it 15. But I'm thinking we could take this to 25, maybe. If I put a scope on this, which I think we need to do, I think I can get a scope to mount here and just kind of, I think I can make that work. If we could do that, whew. How many is that? Is that 3? We're going to say that's 3. We'll do 4 and 5 here. I don't remember where we're at on it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do the Barracuda 15s. Top right. So this is a straight dome pellet, a little harder alloy, kind of like the Crosman Premiers. There it is. Here we go, first shot. A little bit different POI. Okay. These are quite as consistent, are they? Interesting. Maybe that one was just a little off. Last shot. Yeah, those weren't quite as consistent, were they? I'll be curious to see if the Premiers were the most accurate. It's kind of hard to tell. So, all right, last pellet, and then we'll wrap it up. These are Terminators. These are kind of cool. Got a little bit of a point on them, but then they have this like kind of funky hollow point cup. They are pretty good on small game. These are 16.36, so they're a little bit heavier. Of what we have on the table, these are the heaviest. Well, let's see what that means. I'm going to go for the bottom target. I'm going to try my best to aim dead center here. A little high. Oh, it's so pretty, too. They put a mag on this, right? Like, I know that kind of gets away from the old school stuff, but if they put like a Marauder mag breech sort of setup on here, shrouded barrel, I know. That would be cool. All right. All right, 2 more. I think our Premier's got it. One more, then we're going to grab that target and do a wrap. Okay, I'm going to go grab that target. I'll be right back. Bottom line is, I love the gun. It's so much fun to get back to like old school stuff, isn't it? I mean, if you're into it, right? I mean, maybe you're a full auto PCP guy. This ain't going to be your gun, is it? But if you just like some nostalgia and some pretty doggone good shooting performance, at least possibility, somebody who's better than me is going to do better. This thing does great, right? So we're going to take that out of the equation, and the Premiers and the Hades, it's going to take a set of micrometers to tell the difference there. And then we had a similar result over here with the Barracuda 15s and the Terminators. So, I mean, regardless, if you were hunting a squirrel in your backyard at 15 yards, any of these are going to do just fine. So I am tickled silly with what this gun can do. Let's talk a little bit about some of the pros, some of the cons, right? Okay, the con, it's and maybe this is just me, I'd like a little more meat to grab hold of. It seems more like a youth gun to me than a full-size man gun. But that's me. If it was a little thicker, it may feel a little sturdier. It also would be heavier, and maybe that's not the direction they wanted to go. Maybe they wanted more of a youth gun. I don't know. That's my subjective opinion there. I do wish. I think it's a missed opportunity to not have swivel studs on this. Boy, you talk about something unique. I don't know any other pumper that has it, but you could. They certainly could have worked that in to make some swivel studs work on this. That would have been awesome. Price is $400. Yeah, let's just leave that. We'll leave that alone. Okay, let's talk about some of the well, other downside. Maybe, boy, it would be nice if it had a 2-stage trigger, right? If you had like and you know Crosman can do it, right? Because Benjamin has the. You have the Marauder trigger, the Marauder pistol trigger is what I'm thinking, would have been like really nice on this. You could have just maybe have an adjustable trigger. You could, I think, could have done better with the trigger on this. Now the trigger's fine as far as usability, but if you're target shooting, want a precision target shoot, you'll need to work on trigger control. A little lighter trigger would have been nicer. Pros. Okay, so I love the fact they just went with the steel breech. You don't have to upgrade that. I love that. I love the open sights. If you're going to have open sights, at least if I'm going to have to use open sights, peep sights are the way to go. They work awesome. I do like the fact that it's lightweight. So if we went with a thicker, chunkier stock, maybe we'd lose some of that. And, I mean, it looks great. The nostalgia of this gun, the function, and the performance all really line up and a big fat W, a big fat checkbox or check mark in the win column for me. So guys, I think that's going to be it. If you want to know more about this gun, you can check out, I'm sure they'll have a lot more data on Pyramyd Air's website. Links for all that will be in the video description. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. You can check them out at airgunweb.com. I want to say thank you to our Patreons and our Officers Club members. If you guys want to go check out what that's all about, links to that will be in the video description. But you guys, if you want to help us directly, that's a great way to do it. And lastly, again, I want to say thank you to Pyramyd Air, the sponsor of AirgunWeb since 2009. So that's a big deal, and I do appreciate all that they've done for us over so many, many years. If you guys want to know more about all the products they got going on, again, check out their website. But again, airguns, scopes, pellets, optics, accessories, compressors, everything that goes into the sport. Plus now they've added a ton of new stuff, whether you're in archery or even just a ton of stuff. You can go check it out. If it's adventuring in the outdoors, or adventuring in recreational outdoors, I'm going to add outdoors there, you got to check out what they got going on their website. That's it. My name's Rick Utzer here with AirgunWeb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.